A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. First carry here for Robinson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. Oh, what a juke into space. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. And he will find his way on the outside. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now gone. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on third. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's gone. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. K'Lavon Chason. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Goff. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up the 3rd down.
Granted, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
As he throws there, incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
He was covered by C.J. Henderson.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun. Gone. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Irv Smith Jr. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. Some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. What did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s? Things are going to work out in your favor.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 10-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 57 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And it's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. From the gun, it's Hurts. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on.
31-yard attempt.
The kick by Lambo is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them. Settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. From the 29, Goff finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Goff. Now they go screen. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Gone. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And left side, the completion is tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, Goff. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. K'Lavon Chaisson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brings up 3rd down.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Third and long. It's gone. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing at the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now this time he'll look to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he'll let this one. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
20 at the 21. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Second down, here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. His throw caught right around the 6. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down, it's Hunter. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Jacksonville. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. 17. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, Goff. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well. That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's gone. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
At the 36-yard line.
throwing again. And he hits that one incomplete there.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is gone. Launch a screen pass. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. To the air again. Gone. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jackson. Territory.
The tackle made by Miles Jack. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Jaguars' 47-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Get it down to the 47 here.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Goff. Pass complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They run it again with Cook. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he finds Cook. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. They'll run with Cook. And the Vikings are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. To throw is gone. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Hurts sets up to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will bring it back to the 40-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Goff to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Now the keeper, here's Goff. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Jared Goff taking it in. And the Vikings have taken the lead. After the run, Goff going to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
20. Jaguars 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete.
Complete to John Ross. It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allow him to run with him stride for stride.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
It really has, especially as of late. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. He's got it. It's Williams. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
The 44-yard line.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
At the 45-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
On first down, here's Breida. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
It's now 4th down.
So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. This from long, very long range. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Jaguars, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.